On 1st and 10, Newton. Walker with a grab, left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton and Walker with it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have other things open up as well.
Here's Newton. This will be caught inside the 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, pardon.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over at the 20-yard line. We turn our attention to the Panthers as they come out here on offense, and it's been an interesting 3-year run. You look back to their Super Bowl appearance, then they dropped to 6-10 a couple of years ago last year. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's going to get this on down to the 13.
Nice pick. Here we go. Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. They've got it 2nd and 10. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. to the air. Newton on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw for Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Newton now to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice connection there with Ian Thomas, a rookie out of Indiana. And he's one of those guys that I truly believe his best football is ahead of him. Always has been a consistent blocker. His receiving gets better and better. I thought 2017 with IU, he was terrific. And now, I think he gives a great addition to the Carolina Panthers passing game.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson taking it. On first down, Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now Newton on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Newton throwing again. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Hey, 4 down.
To the air again, Newton. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And a nice spin into some open field. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10, Newton again. And his throw here's in. Incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Newton. And that will be incomplete as well.
Come on now. Watch 80%. 180.
Newton on first down. And that's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Newton punches with a catch over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. On 1st and 10, Newton got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And the return. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the...
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter play. To throw is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. David Irving. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will... And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening